I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American, and I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking any law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did. You know that.
Yes.
Today's courtroom case is wild. A man who checks every box of a sovereign citizen, though he swears he's not, ends up in front of the judge for driving without license plates. But instead of facing the charge, he dives headfirst into a rambling, conspiracy-filled monologue that leaves everyone baffled. His strategy? Claiming his camera doesn't work. Spoiler alert, the judge isn't buying it. What starts as a routine hearing quickly unravels into total chaos as he keeps pushing the court's patience. You've got to see how far he tries to take this. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's get into it.
His computer, but he couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then he got this wiggly gray screen. So then there was a question of, well, does he have capabilities on his computer?
Well, now his screen's off. So if he'd start the video again.
Mr. Abel, did you say you can use your phone? Just go ahead and come in on his computer, but he couldn't figure out how to make it work. And then he got this wiggly gray screen. So then there was a question of, well, does he have capabilities on his computer?
Well, now his screen's off. So if he'd start the video again.
Mr. Abel, did you say you can use your phone? Just go ahead and come in on your phone.
I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone already.
I'm going to set this over in order that you appear at the courthouse next time. How's that?
Well, I have the medical condition that I've been dealing with.
All right. Well, if you can't leave your home and come to the courthouse.
I'm in the video right now. Okay, I'm in.
Richard Paul on behalf of Mr. Estrada, who appears by Zoom at a separate location in council.
And how does he wish to proceed today?
Judge, I need to withdraw from this case.
Your Honor, Mr. Estrada filed pro se, I do believe. Well, I know it was pro se filing.
Well, I do notice he's taken a number of filings in his own right without going through counsel. Mr. Estrada, you come back to my recollection, we've met in city court, correct?
Yes.
And now this is that tag and suspended license?
No.
No,
It's a tag issue, Your Honor.
Just the tag, Your Honor.
All right.
I believe Mr. Paul is requesting to withdraw based upon the essentially sovereign type citizen claim filed by Mr. Abel.
Well,
Mr. Estrada, excuse me.
And also, there's been a total breakdown in communications, Judge. He files his own motions. I cannot represent him.
he's okay. All right, Mr. Estrada, you were appointed an attorney. Apparently at one point you wanted one, or maybe we gave you one and you didn't want one.
No, that's not it.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, that's not it. He's not, Richard Paul is not seeking my interest, and I put everything in an affidavit. He's not representing me. He's actually judging me before, he's judging me before I even go into court. He's not listening to my paperwork, so he decided he doesn't want to represent me. So I still need to be represented.
Well, Mr. Paul, you're allowed to withdraw.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Is this the last case you have on the docket?
Until 11, Judge. I have an 11, so I'm just going to mute myself. And
That'd be fine. All right. Now, I think you are going to have the same problem with any other attorney that you had with Mr. Paul. Mr. Paul, from this court's experience over the years, is a very competent, diligent
So now this so-called
attorney.
sovereign genius wants another attorney? Seriously.
Now, sometimes attorneys
His last
have to
lawyer
tell you
already
their
quit
opinion
after the guy
of
wouldn't
what's
stop
gonna
filing
happen.
bogus
And
motions.
you may or may
Stuff
not
like
agree
claiming
with
the
their
court has no
opinion,
jurisdiction
but you
because
do
he's a free
still
man on
want
the
an
land.
attorney.
Classic
I
sovereign
do.
citizen
I still
nonsense.
need an
The
attorney
red
'cause
flags
I don't
are
know
all
how to
there,
defend
refusing to
myself,
acknowledge the court's
with
authority, inventing laws on the fly, and wasting everyone's time. And the camera excuse? Hilarious. He wouldn't turn it on at first. So, the judge threatened to bring him in physically. And like magic, he suddenly figured out how to work it. Shocking, right? So what's your verdict? Is he truly a sovereign citizen or just really bad at pretending he's not? Personally, I think he is, just too stubborn to admit it. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear what you think.
Of the communications that you can see it, and I'm not getting represented correctly. I'm sure he's a competent attorney, but I proceeded to give all my information, all my laws, and he
All of
doesn't.
your what? Your laws?
The laws, the Constitution.
Your Honor,
So,
Your Honor, could I say
Please.
something, please? Mr. Estrada, every attorney who the court can appoint to represent you, one, I don't want to see, and I'm sure the judge is the same way, I don't want to see any kind of communication thread between yourself and Mr. Paul, because there could be confidential, well, I'm sure there's confidential and privileged information within that, and you shouldn't be disclosing that to me. That's between you and any attorney you so choose to have represent you. But I believe most attorneys, or all attorneys that the court has available to appoint to you, they are sworn to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the state of Kansas, and not what you filed. That's the attorneys didn't go to your law school, which is kind of what you've set forth. So that's the issue the court's talking about when you're claiming a sovereign citizen. We don't have an attorney who's, I guess, registered to under your rules and laws as you see them. So that's the problem you're going to be running into as far as the attorneys the court has to appoint to you. If I said that correctly, Your Honor.
thank you, Mr. Dean.
I like to say that I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm just an American, and I'm just being constitutional, and I'm not doing anything. I'm not breaking.
Now he's saying he didn't break any laws? Come on. Here's the deal with sovereign citizens. They genuinely believe they don't need license plates, driver's licenses, or registration because they think driving is a right, not a privilege. But let's get real. Under U.S. law, driving is a privilege, and it's regulated by the state. That's exactly why you need a valid license, insurance, and registration. It's not optional. It's the law. The wild part? These folks love to toss around fancy-sounding legal terms that have zero meaning in actual court. Judges have heard it all before, and none of it works. This guy clearly needs legal help, so why he fired his last attorney is anyone's guess. Now he's asking for a new one, but his whole approach is all over the place. I honestly have no idea what his strategy is, if there even is one. What do you think his endgame is? Let me know in the comments, and let's jump back into it.
So,
Well, sir, you said the attorney wouldn't accept your laws or follow your laws.
no, that's not what I said. I
Okay,
said that,
what did you say? Because I thought you said you were trying to train him on the laws, in essence.
no, I don't. I'm just presenting the law to
All right.
him, and he doesn't even read my documents that I presented, which is the law.
Did you go to law school?
No, ma'am.
He did, you know that.
Yes, I understand, but he's not being constitutional. That's what I'm saying.
But you didn't go to law school, so are you sure you know what being constitutional involves? I mean, we all can read the Constitution and understand, yes, but there's a lot involved in interpreting that. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying, ma'am. All I'm saying is that he's using case law, not constitutional law. And he didn't see all my paperwork. He just ignored it. He just blew through it and then gave me the wrong dates. I presented all the documents, and he didn't even look at it and ignored the paperwork. Well, no, I like to address. I'd like to first, if possible, we can a motion to dismiss with the stream
We're
prejudice.
not going to do that today. All right, I'm going to one more time appoint you an attorney.
Your Honor, could I make a request to the court on this matter?
Sure.
This case carries a maximum sentence of 30 days. doesn't even have an eligibility or requirement that he be provided an attorney.
Well,
I'm just
there's
just saying,
potential jail time.
I would like to have if the court wants. I understand if the court wants to appoint an attorney. Absolutely, don't dispute that. But under the circumstance of the defense that's wanting to be presented, I would ask the court to appoint somebody. I get Mr. McClendon still available.
That's just what I was thinking. He's here in
And
town.
we set this next hearing, give sufficient time, perhaps 60 days, perhaps longer, and we just have it set for a bench trial. And if he doesn't want to cooperate with that attorney, the state would be asking for the court to proceed to trial.
The judge is about to bring in a new attorney, and honestly, this might be the funniest part of the entire hearing. Just watch the look on this guy's face when he walks in. You can instantly tell he wants nothing to do with this disaster. I couldn't stop laughing the first time I saw it, and really, who could blame him? He's being asked to represent someone who's clearly a nightmare client. To make it even worse, these two have worked together before, and let's just say, it didn't end well. You can see the regret all over his face. Also, what's your take on how the judge is handling this circus? Personally, I think she's doing a great job keeping things together despite all the nonsense. All right, let's get back into it. You don't want to miss what happens next.
Mr. Watson and I had a discussion and figured it would be more proper for a district court case.
Will you take the appointment if I give him back to you?
I guess, Judge.
All right. So you two have already met Mr. Estrada, right? The good news was he got it dismissed for you in city court, but the bad news is for you, it's back in district court. All right. So do you agree, Mr. McClendon, that we ought to just set it for bench trial, or maybe what do you want to
set
do?
bench trial, Judge. I'm familiar enough with the case.
Okay. He has filed some pro se motions. Okay, Missy, give me a trial date, please.
We can resolve those motions at trial, Your Honor.
Sure. January 3rd at 11. Does that work?
Yeah, it should be fine. Do you want to do that in person, or I guess on Zoom, probably?
Well, generally we do them on Zoom. Now, if there's some special reason not to, I would hear the argument, but at this time I'm going to set it for Zoom.
That's fine, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. McClendon. I appreciate your willingness to do that. Mr. Estrada, I will continue. You're not on bond, but I will continue the order that you reappear for bench trial January 3rd at 11. And I trust you have Mr. McClendon's contact information and he has yours from your city appointment?
Yes.
You do? All right, thank you. If there's nothing further, we will be in recess on this matter. And
Let me know if you want to see the next part of this hearing, because trust me, it only gets more ridiculous from here. This video's already running long, so I'm cutting it here, but wow. This guy is 100% a sovereign citizen. No doubt about it. From dodging responsibility to claiming laws don't apply to him, he's basically reading straight out of the sovereign citizen playbook. And his new attorney? Yeah. I don't think he knows what he just walked into. The next hearing is going to be an absolute circus. I can almost guarantee it. The funniest part? This guy is so confident in his nonsense, even though none of it holds up in court. Judges hear this stuff all the time, and most aren't amused. Some handle it better than others, but honestly, the best move is to poke a little fun at it, shut it down, and move on. At the end of the day, all these guys do is waste time. And honestly, if they really believe the court has no jurisdiction, why show up at all? Makes no sense. Anyway, I'm wrapping this one up. If you enjoyed the chaos, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more courtroom craziness. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let me know if you want me to cover his next court appearance. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care.